You have a roommate living in your head, and this roommate never shuts up. From the moment you wake up, he is talking. You're tired, you're not ready. What if you fail? Remember that stupid thing you said 5 years ago? When you are trying to work, he distracts you. When you are trying to sleep, he worries you. And when you are in a high-pressure moment, a job interview, a first date, or a critical performance, he screams so loud that you freeze. We call this thinking. We think it's our greatest strength, but the samurai called this the sickness. They understood a paradox that modern science is just catching up to. The more you try to do something, the worse you become at it. Have you ever noticed that your best moments happen when you aren't thinking? When you are driving and suddenly arrive home without remembering the trip? When you are playing a sport and your body just moves before you can decide? When you are in a deep conversation and the hours fly by like minutes? In those moments, the roommate is gone. You are not doing. You just are. This state is the holy grail of human performance. The Japanese call it Mushin, the mind of no mind. Mu means empty or void. Shin means mind or heart. Mushin. Now do not misunderstand. No mind does not mean being a zombie. It doesn't mean you are stupid or asleep. It means your mind is free from the sticky attachment of thoughts. Imagine a lake. If the water is turbulent and full of waves, thoughts, fears, desires, it cannot reflect the moon. The image is broken, but if the water is perfectly still, it reflects the moon exactly as it is. It becomes a perfect mirror. A mind in Mushin is like that mirror. It reflects reality instantly, without processing it through ego or fear. When a mirror sees a red flower, it doesn't say, "I like red" or "I wish it was blue." It just shows red, instantly. For a samurai, this was the difference between life and death. If an enemy swings a sword at your head and you think, "He is swinging left, I should block right, oh no, his sword looks sharp," you are already dead. Thought takes time. Instinct is instant. To survive, you must remove the thinker from the equation. Let me tell you the story of Yagyu Munenori, the sword instructor to the shogun. He was a master, but he felt he had hit a wall. He was still feeling fear. He was still hesitating. He went to the famous Zen monk, Takuan Soho, for advice. Takuan told him, "The problem is that your mind stops." Yagyu asked, "What do you mean?" Takuan explained, "When you see the enemy's sword move, your mind stops on the sword. You think, 'sword,' and you become trapped by it. When you see an opening in his defense, your mind stops on the opening. You think, 'I can hit him there,' and you become trapped by your own greed. Wherever you put your mind, it freezes, and a frozen mind leaves the body behind. This is the stopping mind, and we all do it. You are in a conversation and you say something awkward. Your mind stops on that mistake. You replay it. Meanwhile, the conversation continues, but you are no longer listening. You are trapped in the past. You are taking a test and you don't know the answer to question 5. Your mind stops on question 5. Even when you move to question 6, a part of you is still stuck back there. Takuan told the swordsman, "You must develop a mind that flows like water. It does not stop anywhere. It sees the sword, but does not cling to it. It sees the fear, but does not hold it. It is everywhere and nowhere at the same time." This teaching changed Yagyu forever. He realized that the enemy wasn't the other man. The enemy was his own conscious effort to control the outcome. So why is this so hard for us today? Because we are obsessed with control. We are taught that if we want to succeed, we must try harder. We must think it through. But Mushin teaches us a scary truth. Control is an illusion. And the harder you try to control things, the less control you have. Think about choking in sports or performance. A basketball player has made a free throw 10,000 times in practice. His body knows exactly what to do. It is automatic. But in the final second of the championship game, he misses. Why? Because he started thinking. He started caring about the result. If I miss, we lose. He brought his clumsy, slow, conscious mind into a process that should have been unconscious. He didn't trust his training. He didn't trust the void. You do this too. You write a text to someone you like. You delete it, you rewrite it, you analyze it, you send it. It sounds unnatural. Why? Because there was no Mushin. There was no flow. You are trying to manipulate the future instead of expressing the present. Mushin is the state of intention without attachment. You swing the bat, but you don't care where the ball goes. You speak the truth, but you don't worry about how it's received. You do the work, but you don't obsess over the reward. Ironically, when you stop caring so much, you perform better. How do you achieve Mushin? You can't just decide to have no mind. If you say, I'm not going to think, you are thinking about not thinking. It is a trap. The samurai way to Mushin is through kata, form, and repetition. You don't enter the flow by being lazy. You enter the flow by mastering the skill so deeply that you can forget it. Step 1. Intense preparation. You must learn the technique. You must study. You must practice until your bones ache. You fill the cup until it overflows. Mushin is not for amateurs. It is for those who have done the work. Step 2. Surrender. Once the moment of action comes, you must throw away the manual. This is the terrifying leap. You have to trust that your body knows what to do. You have to trust that your brain has stored the information. You must treat yourself like a passenger in your own body. Step 3. Focus on the breath. The breath is the anchor. Thoughts are fast, breath is slow. When your mind starts to race, what if, maybe I should, focus entirely on the physical sensation of the exhale. The breath connects the mind to the body. It melts the ice of the stopping mind. Step 4. Become the action. Don't be the dancer, be the dance. Don't be the writer, be the words. Close the gap between you and it. When you wash dishes, be the washing. Don't be a person washing dishes thinking about tax returns. Lose yourself in the sensory details of the now. The ultimate promise of Mushin is freedom. Freedom from the tyrant in your head. Freedom from the crushing weight of self. Most of our pain comes from the ego. The part of us that needs to be right, needs to be safe, needs to be admired. But in Mushin there is no ego. There is only the act. And in that act, there is infinite potential. Imagine walking into a room without wondering what people think of you. Imagine creating art without worrying if it will sell. Imagine loving someone without worrying if you will get hurt. That is the power of the empty mind. You are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are the vast, open sky in which those clouds pass. Stop holding on to the clouds. Let them float and be the sky. If you are ready to stop overthinking and start living, if you are ready to evict the roommate in your head, leave a comment below with the word Mushin. Let this be your reminder to trust your instinct. Subscribe to the channel, and let's sharpen our spirits together. Clear your mind, trust the void, and simply flow.